Happy Friday, Rancha Ranchers. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. For us, it was a busy one. The week started off with trims and awards. And throughout the week, we had calls about various things. All because of the ad that we put in the paper that goes to rural communities. So that's what I'm going to talk about this week. So first off, Kendra came over on Monday and trimmed everybody. Everybody was really good, even Abe. Abe's personality is that he can't focus for extended lengths of time. He gets very antsy and he wants to move on. Fortunately, Kendra is very understanding and thinks outside of the box with him. So we allow him to eat while he is being trimmed. It keeps him occupied, and if he starts moving around, all we have to do is put a handful of hay in front of him, and we can refocus him. So he was very, very good, and he only started to fidget a little bit with the last hoof, but other than that, he picked up his feet great. He stood great. He didn't fuss with her, meaning that he likes to play dominance games with his head and try to push people around with his head. He didn't do any of that. He was a perfect gentleman. So he did really well, and his feet look very, very good. Louie, he always does well. He loves when Kendra comes. He loves the attention. He's just a perfect gentleman when it comes to pretty much anything. Kendra was impressed with how well his feet have improved since being on the biotin. The cracks that he had, the superficial cracks, are gone, and the larger ones will take more time, but she was very happy with the way that his feet look overall since being on the biotin. So at least we found something that works with his feet. He has been doing well overall. It was pretty nice this week in terms of temperature-wise, so he was loving that. You can see that he had a nice roll before dinner time, and he has been moving well and eating well. This is about the time, and he has started, that they get tired of their hay. They want the grass. So he actually came in late for dinner because he was out scrounging around trying to find as much grass as he could before he came in for his hay. The other thing, and we can go and see the award winner, but the boys overall are doing very, very well. So let's go see Pumpkin and talk about what's happened with her this week. Sorry about limboing. Just me, Pumpkin. So Pumpkin was an absolute angel, as always, with Kendra. She picks up her feet really well. She stands very well. She loves the attention, and her feet look absolutely wonderful. She has the good halflinger foot on her. She didn't see anything wrong with her feet that would lead her to believe or lead one to think that that is the reason why she is limping. So we're still waiting on Dr. Lauren for that. But for Pumpkin, the big news this week for her is that she won an award. We are in a training challenge. At least once a year, we do the Forever Foundation training challenge with Trevor Carter. If you are into Pirelli natural horsemanship, you may remember that Trevor was a student of Pat Pirelli and was on the road with him a lot. So he broke off or graduated, whatever you want to call it. And he's got his own training business. He's doing his own thing. And in addition, he helps out the Forever Foundation, which is with the Humane Society. And has a challenge and clinics. So this is the first week of, I think it's 8 or 10, not quite sure. But this week was catching. And Pumpkin does a wonderful job with that. She understands very well that she should stand for being haltered and caught, and that she should bend her head towards the human when being haltered. This gives the person more control in case anything were to happen. So you could just move the head around, and then the back end would go if something were to, would move in case something were to happen. Plus, you just have more control over the head in general, so the head doesn't start getting thrown. And this was with a horse that is not like Pumpkin. Pumpkin is not like that at all. She's a perfect lady. She stands, and like I said, she does everything that she's supposed to. And so we are one of many rescues. This the training challenge is only open to horse rescues throughout the United States. So I'm not sure how many they have this year, but there's usually upwards of 20 or more rescues. And the goal is to make the horses more adoptable. If they're better on the ground, they are good horse citizens, they're more likely to be adopted. So we're very, very proud of Pumpkin to right out of the gate win an award. We're super excited for her. I think really the sky's the limit for her. So this upcoming week, Dr. Lauren will be coming. Unfortunately, she's not going to be able to do the lameness test because we scheduled on the visit for a clinic wellness day. It's just a day that our clinic has reduced the farm call fee and a couple of other things. So because of the time constraints, she's not going to be able to do a full lameness test on her. So that will be scheduled as soon as possible because we need to figure out what's going on with her so that we can get her feeling better, so that we can get her up for adoption and find her a perfect home. And I know there are some people waiting for when she does go up for adoption. So we want to get that moving. I mentioned last week about the ad that was put in the rural newspaper. It turns out our ad did make it and was in there. It was... So the version that I get is just the classified and not the full paper version. So we weren't in the classified sections. We were later on in the paper. So I did start getting some calls. Interestingly enough, it was not the demographic that we were looking for, but I got a call from some individuals that are looking for horses, and they're looking for very specific things. So they got put on our waiting list. I did get contacted by somebody in Pennsylvania who needs assistance with rehoming their father's horse. I will be sending out emails about that to see if anybody is interested in that horse. And then there is a 2 horses over in Fort Wayne on the other side of the state from us, that is in a rural community that is looking to rehome their horse. They're actually looking to sell it. They prefer not sell them. I'm sorry. They would prefer not to send the horses to auction, but they are looking for an answer sooner rather than later. Obviously, because of the community, we're not able to get pictures. He has already said that one is still working the field and is good weight, and the other one is not working the field and is not good weight. So I'm concerned with the condition of that horse. So I am trying to figure out a way to get over there so that I can see the horses for myself. And in addition, they are asking a fee for each of the horses. In my opinion, it's a little, they're high, but they're not like exorbitant. They're not asking for like $5,000 a horse. So we'll have to figure out how to make that work. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. But the ad will be weekly in that rural newspaper for an entire month. So we'll see where that's going to go. I'm hoping that I was just seeing what Pumpkin was looking at. I am hoping that there's some horses that need assistance that are a lot closer and aren't logistic nightmares, because we'd have to haul them, and it's just a lot of things that have to fall into place without seeing the horses. And do we want to go ahead and make 2 trips, but we also don't want to, I'm not one that's going to be able to go there and know that I have a trailer and see a horse that's not doing well and not want to pull it. So pull it, by pull it, I mean take the horse. So I have to be aware of that. So that's what's going on. I do have an update on the 2 horses that are down in Cuba. I'm getting reports again that they are not in good shape, especially the Belgian. So I'm getting pictures on that to see how bad or what condition they are in and what the next step should be. So long story short, it was a very busy week this week, dealing with a lot of stuff. But that's what we're here for, and I'm glad that people find us as a good resource, and they feel that they can trust us and bring their issues to us. So so next week, like I said, Dr. Lauren is coming on Friday, so probably will not have a Facebook Live on Friday unless she comes earlier in the afternoon. She usually leaves us for one of the last ones for the day because she understands that I do work a job on top of doing this. So I race home in order to meet up with her before her day is done. And yeah, so we have all the horses, including my two, are getting checked out. So it might be, it's going to be a long afternoon. So like I said, it's probably going to be Saturday that I'm going to jump on and do a live. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. I hope you stuck it out with me. It was a full update, but I like to keep you guys updated with what's going on, and you know, full transparency is what I'm about. So you guys need to know what's going on, and when we have a busy week, yes, it does take longer. All right, Roan Char Ranchers, I will talk to you guys next week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and be well.